to this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you get your podcast, you can find your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We are still studying the Alabama women's basketball team as we take them on in 2 days. 2 days, we're taking on another top level talent in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Yesterday, we talked about their offense. Today, we are talking about their defense and what different challenges they are bringing to the table defensively and what different challenges Carolina might arise. First off, let me say this right here. Our offense is really good. Okay, let me be clear with that. Our offense is really talented. Our offense is hitting on all cylinders right now, and it's going to take a really good. Let me change that up. It's going to take a great, stupendous defensive effort to slow down our offense right now. We're a different team now. I hear some folks always be talking about, well, LSU, what's the name? UCLA. UCLA beat y'all. UCLA did beat us. They beat us by double digits. They beat us. We lost one game in 2, 3, long time, many years. So they got us that night. They did. Will they get us now? Don't know right now. Right now, we're the number one ranked team in the net ranking. We have the number one strength of schedule. We've beaten 6 teams in quadrant 1. Okay? Alabama's beaten one team. No, excuse me, 2 teams in quadrant 1. They beat Michigan State and they beat Ole Miss. Okay? Their resume doesn't match our resume. Their ranking 18th in the country doesn't match our number 1 ranking. Their strength of schedule 53rd don't match our strength of schedule of number 1, but they are a good basketball team. And I got some fans out there. I got some fans who out there kind of just think we're just gonna roll over Alabama like we do most teams. And we might roll over Alabama. We might stomp into Alabama and come out with a 30-point victory. We might. It's a high probability that could happen. But it's also a high probability because Alabama's a good basketball team that they might slow us down offensively. When you have a defensive rating of 21st, and that's what Alabama has, you have a defensive rating of 21st in the country. That means you're pretty good, and you're pretty good at the game of defensive basketball. And Alabama is very solid, even though they play mostly 6 players. You're going to see a whole lot of 6 players, the same 6 players in this basketball game in 2 days. I understand that, but those 6 players are pretty good defensively, and it just looks different. It just looks different, y'all. They're 21st in points per game allowed. Okay, that's pretty good to me. They're 26 in field goal percentage allowed. That's pretty great to me. Those are really good numbers, y'all, in terms of 2-point percentage. They're 24th in the country. All these numbers I'm talking about make Alabama a team to talk about, a team to get up for. You know, and Dawn said herself that these girls normally get up for the games when they got a number beside them. So they got a number beside Alabama. Got a number beside them. Now, don't have no revisionist history. There was a few games early in the season where Carolina didn't play well against certain opponents. Okay, didn't play well against certain opponents. There was some games that we just like, okay, they trying to we just gonna get by. We're gonna get by. But it's SEC play, and everybody's got everybody's attention now. The coaching staff have the ladies' attention, and they ain't gonna let nothing slip up offensively against a good Alabama defense. I'll talk about how good they are at 2-point percentage and overall field goal percentage and defensive rating. Well, in terms of 3-point percentage allowed, they're 112th in the country. That bodes well for a team that has a Tahina Pow. That bodes well for a team that has a Tessa Johnson, a MiLaysia Fulwiley shooting those threes, a Bree Hall. That bodes well for all those players. Hopefully, they will stick to being 112th or worse in terms of defending the three. Their 91st is still percentage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's a decent number. 27th in block percentage. They got somebody named Essence Cody, highly ranked recruit, 6'4", one of the best shot blockers in the SEC that we got to deal with. They ain't got nobody 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", none of those things right there, but they got a 6'4" shot blocker who can do some work. There you see the 27th in block percentage. That's mainly Essence Cody. That is mainly her. She is driving that scenario. But for all the strengths, all the strengths that Alabama has defensively and guarding the ball, and they have some solid defenders on this basketball team, they have to deal with one of the most efficient offenses in the country right now, as of January 14th. Carolina right now has 11th ranked offense, and that is trending upward. I think we're going to score the basketball against Alabama. I think we're going to score the basketball inside and outside against Alabama. But when you have, it's about matchup. It's about individuals. It's about players who actually going to decide this basketball game. And we have some offensive players who I think going to do very well tomorrow versus Alabama. Tahina Pow, I think is going to perform exceptionally well tomorrow. Tahina Pow is sixth in the country. And let me scratch that. She's not sixth in the country. She is sixth in the SEC, 17th in the country in terms of offensive rating. Tahina Pow is playing some of the most efficient basketball in the country right now. There are a lot of basketball players out there. There are a lot of guards out there. There are a lot of combo guards, point guards, all across the landscape of basketball. But there are not a whole lot of efficient basketball players. There are not a whole lot of players who shoot you, who can shoot that 40, over 40% and 50% from the three-point line. There's not a lot of players like that. And Tahina Pow has that capability of doing that. And I said it backwards on purpose because Tahina Pow can shoot you 50% from the three-point line. She can get you hot right now. She's shooting about 42% right now. Last year, she shot about 47%. Tahina Pow, if you try to play zone against South Carolina, she will shoot you out of it. I encourage teams to play zone against us. When Tahina Pow and Tessa Johnson in the basketball again at the same time, you are a crazy coach to play zone against the University of South Carolina. You want us to light you up. And Tahina Pow is one of those zone busters that we have. She doesn't turn the ball over. She's 7th in the SEC in terms of turnover percentage. She's 10th in offensive box plus or minus in the SEC. When she's in the basketball game, 9 times out of 10, the offense is going to run efficiently and fluid. When she comes out of the basketball game, sometimes you see a dip in the production and the continuity of South Carolina. That's why when we in a little drought, we're in a situation where another team is going on a little run, and Pow down in the basketball game, she's going to go to the scorer's bench quick, fast, and in a hurry. But the other TNT, Tessa Johnson, is another zone buster. She's shooting you about 42, 43% from the three-point line. She's having an exceptional year this year off the bench. Tessa Johnson, in my humble opinion, has a pretty good shot in the game of basketball. It is a high floater, and when she was in high school, I was like, whoa, like a moon ball. But it goes in, and she's so great with it. Her 6'1" size allows her to attack the basket, allows her to go hard in the paint, allows her to post up, all those great things. And she's going to give Alabama problems all over the court. Her size allows her to do a lot of things with the basketball a lot of players can't do. In high school, she was a point forward. Do we need to remind that she's 25th overall recruit in Minnesota, and she was playing point forward. She can handle the ball well, efficient, and her turnover percentage is, I think, I want to say third on the team in terms of turnover percentage. She's a excellent all around basketball player, and the matchup that I want to see with Te-Hina Paopao is against Sarah Ashley Barker, 6-foot guard. She was made first team all SEC last year, and I had some words to say about that. I did not believe that she should have made first team all SEC. And I know it is about the minutes and the numbers and blah 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 blah. But Sarah, and no shade to Sarah Ashley Barker at all. She's a good basketball player. But there's levels to this. And in this basketball game on Thursday night, she's going to see that there's a different level playing against the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. Defensively, she is excellent. She's excellent. She has the 13th best defensive rating in the SEC. She will guard you. She's 6th in the SEC in terms of a steals percentage. She will snatch that ball away. She is 8th in the SEC in defensive plus minus. You know, I'm looking forward to the matchup against Te-Hina Paopao or Tessa Johnson. I'm not quite sure in my mind who she's going to guard, and obviously they're going to switch off time and time again. But that is her matchup. That's her matchup. You got to have to guard one of those sharpshooters who I said is going to play terrific, because I believe that playing 6 players, she's going to get tired. She's going to get tired of running off screens over and over again, following Te-Hina Paopao, following a Tessa Johnson, trying to follow a MiLaysia Fulwiley. She's going to get tired, and it's going to affect her defense. Those are things that some folks don't even recognize or realize. You might be a super amazing offensive talent. You might be. But if you're going to play 35 minutes and you're playing against us, you got to defend. And I don't care if you get you 20, 22 points on the offensive end. It don't matter to me when you're giving up 20, 22 points on the defensive end. So you might get some on the offensive end. You might. But you got to guard these 5-star recruits, these future first rounders in the draft. You are going to have to do that. And that's what I believe is going to happen to Sarah Ashley Barker. I believe that completely. And the next one was Essence Cody. I've talked a little bit about her earlier, the 6'4", forward who is one of the best, their best post defender. And she's a shot blocking, rim protecting, stalwart for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and she's 15th in SEC in defensive rating and 4th in the SEC in block percentage. Let me say that one more time. She is 4th in the SEC in block percentage. She's gonna get a share of blocks. She is. Chloe might get blocked a couple of times, not like she's gonna stop going. Feagin might get blocked. Joyce might get blocked. One of those things might occur, or I anticipate it happening. Let's say that right there. I anticipate Essence Cody blocking 2-3 shots. I do anticipate that. She's 10th in the conference in terms of defensive rebound percentage. Well, Chloe Kitts is our best offensive rebounder. Her offensive rebound percentage is 24.3%. So I want to see that battle of our offensive rebounders. Chloe, dare I say, Raven, Sania Feagin. I want to see that. And that matchup with those with Essence versus Sania Feagin, whose confidence level is sky high right now. I want to see that. I want to see her versus Joyce Edwards, who's our leading scorer right now and playing like not like a freshman at all. I want to see those battles, because here's another thing that we have to acknowledge when we're talking about Essence Cody. A stat that's not talked about enough when we speak of on her. Essence Cody is third in the SEC in fouls. Third in the SEC in fouls. So the odds on probability is that she's going to be in foul trouble on Thursday night. She fouled a lot. And when you are sending multiple waves of post players at her, and she's going to foul. It's going to happen. Then you got to play somebody who only playing you about 12 minutes in backup time. So while we see it, Essence Cody versus Sania Feagin, Essence Cody versus a Joyce Edwards, it'll be fun. It will be fun. But at the end of the day, Alabama's defense is good. They are a solid defensive team. And their offense, I did the thing about, talking about their offense yesterday. They are a solid offensive team. They're in the 20s in both offensive rating and defensive rating. They have some good basketball players. They got some players who can score the basketball. Carly Weathers, Aaliyah Nye. They got some good players. You can't mistake that. Sarah Ashley Barker, you can't deny that. And we'll do our prediction show tomorrow. But there are levels to this Alabama defense. And y'all about to reach the boss level with South Carolina women's basketball offensive team on Thursday night. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. I appreciate all the love. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the comments. Keep commenting. I love it. You're not rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.